Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your host ID Jester. Time to tear the shrink wrap off another pretty monster box here. I'm a little bit surprised in how big this is. It's double thick, what you would get in a normal size like Euro game. So probably a lot of stuff in this box. It was kind of expensive. I think it was like somewhere around the 100 US dollars. But seemed like a pretty cool idea to me, and so I wanted to try it out and see what it was like. So let's tear the shrink wrap off and see what you get inside the game. First things first, let's tear the shrink wrap off. We got like bunch of new games coming in the channel this year to make up for the fact that we didn't get much at the end of 2025. Alright, Dead Cells. It is a Rogue-Lite board game by Scorpion Masque and Motion Twin. This game is designed by all these people up here. I can't even read their names, so I'm not even going to try. Let's take a look at the back. So this is a cooperative Rogue-Lite game based on the critically acclaimed video game. Dead Cells, the board game, is a cooperative Rogue-Lite experience inspired by the Metroidvania genre. Explore the ever-changing island of Dead Cells in this ruthless dungeon crawler. Explore, kill, die, mutate, repeat. Alright, 1, explore, 2, kill, 3, die, 4, mutate, 5, repeat. Because in this game, it's a roguelite, so you're going to die. And so I think the whole premise behind it is you're trying to mutate yourself before you die, so that way when you start the next time, you get you get a kind of a leg up on yourself. I think is what we're doing for. I'm not 100% sure, but let's take off the box and see what we got here. So we have game contents, player markers, boards, reference cards, player boards, cards. Alright, and then it shows you how to first time setup. Okay, so this is interesting. This should have been on top like that. First time setup. Alright, place the items listed below in their designated spaces. So clock tower tiles, bell tower tiles. Alright, so we have the rules. We'll look at those in a minute. Do not open until instructed to do so. It looks like probably another player board. Yeah, probably another player board. You got to unlock to play that one. Hand of the King. The Frayed, the Timekeeper, the Quartered. Concierge, the Poisoned. The Immortal. And Serenade. And these are two-sided. Yeah, they're all two-sided there. Okay. So we have some player boards. We have the Poisoned. Oops, single-sided. The Poisoned. The Quartered. The Immolated. The Frayed. So there's probably 4 different characters to play. Then we have... Ooh, okay, so... There we go. Alright. So you got a player board where you're going to slide. This is interesting. It's got like these little plastic sleeves, like you're going to be sliding something into each one of these little... I don't know if you guys can see it. But they're like little plastic things you're going to be sliding things in. Kind of like to sleeve it, but on the board there's card sleeves on the board. That's crazy. Oh, and I forgot to start up the chat. Hang on just a moment. Let me do that. Alright, here we go. So you got some ruins, and you got skills, boss cell, during the game items, start of the game, and then the intro biome. Again, and it's like kind of like sleeved on the board, which is interesting. Then you have Poison Quarters B1, which is probably some kind of like a biome or something you're going to be fighting in. Had it right the first time. The Poison Quarters B1. So this is kind of reminds me of like Slay the Spire, where you start in a certain area and then you have to decide, like, if I go this way, then I'm going to do whatever the square is. Square might be a fight. And then from there you might go like the merchant might be in this area, and like this might be like a elite fight, and so you're going to kind of do your thing as you progress. And so here is the different Hand of the King. Nice thick player boards. That's nice. We have Toxic Sewers. If you ever played Slay the Spire, it's kind of the same kind of generalness. From what I understand, Dead Cells is like Slay the Spire, but not as big and as involved, which is, for me, is perfect, because I love the Slay the Spire, but for me it was like too much, just way too much. Like one run to the boss was like 2 hours, and then you had to do that like 3 times. It's like crazy. I'm just showing you all the different player boards. Very nice artwork, very smooth. Okay, very nice. Then we have a boatload of cards. We got a boatload of cards. More boatloads of cards. More boatloads of cards. Some beheaded deck. Prisoner's Quarters. The Toxic Sewers. The Ramparts, the Stilt Village, the Clock Tower, the Forgotten Sculpted, High Peak Castle, the Concierge, the Timekeeper, the Hand of the King, the Brutality, the Tactics, the Survival, and the Abandoned Well. Okay, I'm probably just going to leave these wrapped up for this moment. I'll take this apart later on. There we go. Still fits on there. Lovely. Clock Tower and cards and more little cards. More big cards. More stuff in the more stuff. We got a black token with some holes in it for something. We have some plastic thing. Then we got more stuff in the bottom, which is going to be this is like your combat board. Okay. And this is, I think, like the merchant board or something. Dead enemies, maybe things you can pick up. Then we got a whole bunch of punch board. What's that over there for just a second? Okay, bunch of tokens. Here's the different characters. Then you have more tokens. Oh, and I just punched it out by accident. Having my fat fingers hit it. That's alright, I punched it right back in. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Some more. Good looking artwork, of course. Iconography. And then a bunch of, like, 3 smaller sheets. No, more than 3 smaller sheets. There's like 5 smaller sheets. I'm going to be punching this out here in a minute. Okay. What I was concerned about was let's see. Find that sheet. Where's that sheet? Right here. First time setup. Clock. So over here in B5 is clock tower dials. 1 to 26. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So you have each of the dials have got a number on it. Okay. So if we have this turned around like it should be. Okay. So B5, B6, B7. So anything with B7. Oops, it's not B7. B7, B7. Okay. These are all B7 as well. So that is all right. I like that for sure. I like the way that it's like, okay, everything is B7 and we're going to label all the things. All right, let's see. We got B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we can just literally B6. Okay, so it's going to actually be very easy to punch this stuff out. I tell you what, I do like that a lot. And as so far, each of the different punch out boards, each of them was individually. So let's see here. Okay, this is B7 again. So that goes here. Oops. B7. Okay. I want to see how full it gets. Just want to see how, like, is it like jammed up to the top, or is there a little bit of space left over? What? And then we have what looks like some ghost tower, some tiles. Hold on to those for a moment. All right, what do we got here? B, this is all B1, 2, 3. I like, I mean, how many times have I punched things out and like been completely confused and where things go? And so I like this. This is pretty good. This is going to be much easier. Now, hopefully there won't be anything that says don't punch out this punch board until we tell you to. Obviously, we need to make sure everything lays flat. Otherwise, it probably won't all fit in there. Good looking artwork and all this stuff. Looks pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. How long will it take us to get this to the table? Hopefully, not very long at all. And again, the way this is designed is definitely making it much easier for us to be able to figure things out and put everything away that's supposed to be put away and getting things ready to play. I bet you like everything we're going to use, all this stuff that's like B1 we're going to use all that stuff. Oh, Jesus. Almost lost a thing there. So there is a little bag for little counters. So I'll put all those in that bag. This is all B4. Yeah, this is pretty neat. I do like well thought out, like, hey, let's put all of the counters they're going to need for chapter 1 in this, and all the things we're going to need for chapter 2 in another one, and all the things we're going to need for chapter 3, all the things we're going to need for chapter 4. B5 looks like a big one. B5 is a big one. Very nice. Okay. We had a bunch of swords over here. We'll have to put that in the plastic bag. And we got like one sheet left, and that is it. And I think we're going to be putting all that stuff in a plastic bag. There's only one plastic bag it came in, so I must go storage tokens and markers. Yep, so that would all just go in here. Okay. I'll tell you what, this is not bad at all. A lot of times these little counters, sometimes when they get these cheap companies, they sometimes are very hard to punch out. I'll tell you what, these are not hard to punch out at all. That is impressive, actually. Very impressed so far with the thought about the game and how they were going to design, you know, wasn't just thrown together. You can tell they actually probably had thoughts and meetings about this. Which is good. And you can see, like, I'm just tapping each one of these sections and they're just popping right off. That whole board, sometimes that would take you like 5 or 10 minutes in like a regular board game to punch out that crap. That was not 5 or 10 minutes. Alright. Grab the characters. We'll put the characters and whatever this. I think these are cells, the dead cells. Put these in a bag. We'll just grab the rest of these. I could probably put them in this bag, but I don't see why. Just separating everything. Just gonna put them all together. All right, we went from shrink wrap to ready to play, pretty much. Now, of course, we got the decks. Beheaded deck. ST. See, these are, okay, so these are your separator cards. Okay. I guess we're going to take one of these apart and see, like, how, like, is this whole deck a thing, or is this, let's see. Take this bottom card of this, take the bottom card of this pile and resolve it. Abandoned well. That's that. So abandoned will. That's what these are right here. We got like, my question is, do all those stay together, or are you separating these cards? What are we doing here? Alright, we will not probably get into that right now. We're just gonna put all these cards away. Oh. That's good enough. Here. Put this in there like that. And we got some cards that go in like that. Okay. Black piece, which I think is something very specific, but I'll hold on to that. Okay. Put that back in there like that. Probably. Just trying to keep everything from shifting all around. that, put that like that. Alright, so we didn't check out the rule booklet for those of you interested. Yeah, sometimes it's harder to put the stuff back in than it is to pull it out. That is for sure. Alright. And so let's look at the rule booklet. So first time setup again. Game setup. So you're going to have your run mat. This mat. Your player mat. Annex board, biome board, player setup. Okay. Iconography. Exploring. Game concepts. You're about ready to begin your run. Runs is a single play that ends with either someone in your group dying or you beat the boss. Traditional cooperative game elements end when a player dies. In a roguelike game like Dead Cells, dying is the end of the run, but not the game. In fact, dying is just the beginning. Each run allows you to get stronger both individually and as a group. We'll talk about that later. So yeah, that's just what I thought. It's all about like leveling up, getting yourself stronger, and even when you die, so the next time you're that much stronger when you start. Combat phase, dying, killing a monster, ending your run, spending your cells, running out of space, resetting your game, and combat example. Here are the cards each player placed in the active space on the beheaded board. This is the encounter tile they flipped. Round 1, this is what happens. Round 2, this is what happens. Round 3, this is what happens. Solo mode. Look at that. You can do this solo even. Alright, Dead Cells. The Rogue-Lite board game. Hopefully we'll get this to the channel sometime soon for you guys, if you want to check out and see what it's like. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Go check out Meandering Mike and his great channel. And we'll see you all soon, my friends. Take care of yourselves. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.